Is this actually generating value, or does it just look like it is? And that distinction has cost me enough money over the years that it's become the lens through which I evaluate pretty much everything now. The area I've been applying that lens to most recently is AI automated platforms. And after several months of serious hands-on testing, I've got enough data to actually say something meaningful about it. So today, I want to establish what this actually looks like when it's functioning the way it should. Not the concept, but the actual operational reality of it. Okay, first I'm going to configure my trading pair, and the breadth of this asset list reflects a specific architectural decision. It's running simultaneously across different exchanges, which generates this range of available options. I choose TRON, interesting spread characteristics, and good context for demonstrating the mechanics. Okay, now the wallet address field appears. I need to add here my receiving address.
Sorted. Then I set my working budget for this run, setting it right around there. Good. Then risk level below that. And this is the setting I actually think people should spend the most time thinking about before they just slide it somewhere. It configures the system's quality threshold for trade execution, specifically how much pricing uncertainty it's willing to accept before deciding a trade doesn't meet its criteria. I'm setting mine at something considered, not so conservative that activity stalls, not so aggressive that it starts chasing setups it shouldn't. Okay, and the last thing, the operational rulebook the AI commits, the specific approach it uses to identify and act on price discrepancies across. Okay, moving next. So here, I've got different coins available, and I can choose one directly. There's no need to convert anything beforehand because the system handles that step on their end automatically. Okay, I'm launching it, and all right, dashboard is live. Average spread tracking, trades firing, win rate climbing, chart building out in real time, and the interface manages to stay genuinely readable despite how much is running underneath it. So now I'm gonna let this run for around a few minutes.
Okay, so the session stopped, and this summary screen is the full record. Total time, trades that executed, active strategy, win rate, and the net return with the platform commission already subtracted from it. So I'm pressing withdraw now. Just wait a few minutes to process it. Okay, so I want to talk about actually the most valuable thing I can cover today. I've spent several years running a structured evaluation process across crypto platforms, documented, methodical, with real capital. And that process has put me directly inside a meaningful number of fraudulent projects over time. And the thing that never stops catching my attention isn't that these things exist. It's specifically where they operate, not somewhere hidden or difficult to access. On YouTube, in completely unremarkable search results. On Google, on crypto publications that have been producing content long enough to have accumulated real credibility. And what's made this structurally worse over the past couple of years is that the production cost of building something convincing has dropped to almost nothing. AI is the primary reason for that change. That used to require real organizational resources and real time investment can now be assembled quickly by a single person with the right tools. So what that produces is a higher volume of fraudulent platforms in the market, built to a better standard than before, operating through more authoritative channels and giving you less time to accurately assess what you're looking at before you're already committed. So from years of direct exposure to enough of these situations to have built a real filter, here's what my actual evaluation process involves. I engage with the platform thoroughly and intentionally, not a surface pass. I mean actually working through every feature, every configuration option, every piece of functionality it claims to offer. Because something built with genuine operational intent has a consistency to it that you pick up on immediately when you engage seriously. The logic between sections holds together. The features do what they claim. The experience of actually using it reflects that it was built for people to stay and use it over time. And when that's absent, even before you can precisely identify what's missing, there's a quality to the interaction that registers.
Something designed to extract and disappear feels different from something designed to operate. And so here's the concrete position I'm at with what I've shown you today. I've been running this platform through different configurations and capital amounts each time to assess behavior under varied rather than static conditions, because what I want to know is how the system responds when I change things on it. Every time I've shifted the conditions, the response has been correct, and that's the output of a real process over a real testing period, not a single favorable result I happen to capture.